I would say I was a good maid. They never sent me to school. Um, well, they fed me and all that. I wasn't very happy, and I tell you, I wasn't an easy child. Because I wasn't brought up that way. I wanted to go to school. So I changed about 3 times. And the 4th time, I was at a public school. The English public schools are private schools. And they had like a nursery for the children that were parents who went to the colonies. And they put me to help out there. That I loved. I must have learned English there. This is the address on the list. So no wonder they couldn't find me. I did not know about it until another film came out. And well, it's a long story because I was late, so I won't tell. But it's a Marian Feigl who left with me from Liverpool to Halifax. She was 5 years younger than I, and she had family in England who found out about his first film. Mate, who is the director, who did all this background research and who found it all together, and he got an Emmy for that, and I think he deserved it. Made the other film, It's All My Loved Ones. She said, would you like to go with me? And I said, it's 60 years now. I said, I never wanted to discuss it. I really didn't want to relive it. But I said, I must be all right. I said, by now I think I'll overcome it. So we go, and the film starts with a home, very much middle-class home, and very similar to my lifestyle. We had a cook, and I had a governess, and so it wasn't, none of us really were that he saved for poor people, because you had to pay a lot of money to get out. So, this is how I found out about the list. At the end, I'm just crying away. And at the end comes the list, and I said, do you think I could be on that list? She says, well, write to England. And sure enough, I was on the list. But I want to say about something else about another one, Vera Gissing, who is in it and says, we have to live because live life. She's a writer. She wrote, because it's a library here, she wrote The Pearls of My Childhood. And this is how this whole thing came about. Her mother, when she left home, said to her, look, I want you to write every night, whether you're happy or unhappy, just write it down and keep it. Because we had the same moon, the same sun, that you see, we see, and just tell them, but write it down. Well, about 30 years later, her husband is very, very sick. She has a mentally sick child. I don't know, things went wrong, and the husband dies, and she didn't know quite what to do. And she starts thinking of the notes, and she used to love writing, so she remembered the notes she had, and she made a story out of it, and using these notes, and there was Nicky Winton, because none of us, really, I never asked my mother, who is saving me? Whoever thought of being saved? I was just going for 1 year to England to have fun, to change. My mother was the type who, when she was cold, said, put a scarf